Well, what can I say? 2-0. Yet still, why do I feel so shaky with my good old Seahawks?
Because you ain't a Seahawks fan unless you feel shaky.
Heart attack kids, but hey, 2-0. I will take any kind of win, even this kind. But how about yourself? What did you think of the game?
I mean, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. And this is how we finished.
Yeah.
Myers from 31 yards out. Dixon places it down. And the Seattle Seahawks go to 2-0.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
it ain't a Seahawks game unless you're pulling your hair out, metaphorically
Oh,
for
of
me.
course, every time.
Yeah, and so what'd you see out of that game, man? It was, I mean, there were positives that we got out of week one. I will say,
Oh,
you
mhm.
know, we definitely seemed to game plan for this game much differently than we did last week. I don't know if that was due to the injuries to K9, but we came to throw the ball today. It seemed like, right?
Yeah. I think even from when I watched some of the highlights and some of the condensed game, we just couldn't get the run game going because Zach Charbonnet only had 14 carries for 38 yards. He did get a tutty. I'll take any touchdown. Geno Smith 327 though, one touchdown, no interceptions, and man, DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith and Jigba. What can I say? I love the duo, and you're even showing the accolade right here.
It's because it doesn't happen often as a Seahawks fan. But we had, I think, the first Seahawks game where two teammates had 10 plus catches and 100 plus receiving yards in one game. So we came to throw the ball. DK with 10 and 129, JSN with 12 and 117. And I want to show this
6 yards.
because this was vintage DK. Just he knows his job, just running a straight line.
As everyone says, just running a straight line. That's all you got to do.
That's all he has to do because he's a lot bigger and he's a lot faster than most people. But I wanted to bring this up. JSN, this is his route tree from week one. Grays are incompletes. Not very much diversity here. They're just kind of running little shallow routes, maybe a couple deep balls, which he converted.
Not a lot, basically.
Yeah, but this week looks like mom spaghetti. I don't know. You got it. He's all over the place. They were making sure to utilize all of his skill sets, and you see a lot of completions, but a lot of yards after the catch as well. So
Oh yeah.
that's how they were trying to feed the ball down.
I mean, you can only focus. You only you can only put double coverage on like either one of them, right? But I'll say this: they both ate in this game, and come on, the first, like the accolade showed the first time we had 200 yards because the running game might not have been there, but that's okay because hey, we made up for it in the air. But can you even imagine if we also had like 100+ yard running game alongside this?
Yeah,
Unstoppable.
yeah. If we had K9, I think it would have been a different story. Zach Charbonnet is a different profile, but I will also acknowledge that we do have a third receiver by the name of Tyler Lockett, who is exceptional at drawing pass interference calls.
Oh,
So
of course.
those yards weren't accounted for, but he had two, I think, at the very least.
Yeah, only 2 yards for 15, and alongside Jake Bobo, 2 for 15 as well. So I mean, hey, I think we have a good like net of like receivers right now because we even had Noah Fant, but Noah Fant only got one catch for 14 yards. Can
Yeah,
you imagine?
Noah Fant, I think if I were to say winners and losers, he's definitely on the loser side because he had two crucial drops, I believe. One that definitely would have converted for a third down, and when you're playing the Patriots, you got to be able to keep the chains moving because they look for opportunities like that and they capitalize for sure.
Oh yeah. But I mean, otherwise, like out of this game, I can see what our passing game can look like. It looks really good. I
Gino
just need the
was
running game to be with it.
Gino was definitely not reckless either. He
Oh, he
wasn't.
wasn't.
He
No.
wasn't trying to throw a ball into like tight coverage or nothing like that too. He was taking what the defense was giving him,
Oh
like
yeah,
that,
can't
like,
complain there.
like that ball we just showed with DK. The defense
Ooh,
gave it to him.
thank you, DK. Salute. The only thing though is I think I remember what I said last time on the week two preview was that we need to be able to stop the run, and unfortunately we didn't get much done in that. Well, we did. No, we didn't get much done in that one because you got Antonio Gibson. He had some huge gashes on us. He basically totaled up for 11 for 96, no touchdowns. Stevenson had 21 attempts. Now, the typical 21 attempt, 81 yards can be seen in many different ways, but even still, he still got a touchdown in the end, at the end of the day. And then Hunter Henry had a 100+ yard game as well, although that was their only receiver to go for much, other than Jalen Polk, who shot up the middle one time for a touchdown.
Go Huskies.
So, go Huskies.
Well, I
Just
will.
not against us.
Yeah, just maybe not against us. I will throw this up though. Patriots wide receivers went a combined 3 catches for 19 yards yesterday, up against Requel and Devon Witherspoon and the rest of the Seahawks secondary. So
Yeah, I think that's the only thing. That's of course where I'm now saying, I see why Hunter Henry had a game. That's the only person they could throw to at the end of the day.
And their running backs were also somewhat involved. I mean, they caught a couple targets. I mean, well, Ramondre Stevenson was targeted 5 times and only caught 2 for 9. But it really just seemed like they were trying to keep the ball in front of him on this one.
Yeah, the only thing I have to only ask is like, is it a little matter of like, we couldn't see anyone else, so let me just keep throwing in Hunter Henry, or was Hunter Henry doing some things, or was schemed well to get a lot of those good yards, which I did see a lot of that from like the Patriots as well, which they'll always be.
Yeah. So, but you called it out though. Run defense is definitely something that we got to keep an eye out for. I don't know if that's how we were just trying to gear this game towards. I mean, we're fans, so we don't want anything. But maybe if you're taking the lesser of two evils, they just wanted to take that deep ball out and keep the game close. It's your typical Pete Carroll type of game.
Oh, of course.
But yeah,
Either way, I'll take that 2-0. I'll take it, just as long as we're still improving from this game going forward. Even McDonald even said himself, like, a lot of the stuff you can point against me, but we're gonna get that all situated and fixed up on. So otherwise, 2-0. I'll take it.
and we definitely need to give out some extra kudos here too. Julian Love played lights out last. Last night he was unreal. I mean, I think the highlight reel play is his blocked field goal.
That would have put the Patriots up 6 points on us instead of 3, and honestly, it's because of that block among others that basically saved the game for us.
Yeah, and even though they had a not so good run defense day, Seahawks D line came to play. Leonard Williams had a 1.5 sacks. Boye Mafe had he should have had like 3. But he got 1, and I think he missed the tackle on a couple of them. But he's a guy to keep an eye out for, because I do recall him leaving that game injured towards the end. Byron Murphy got his first sack of his hopefully long career.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think they split it off with him and Leonard, but still considered a sack. So love it. I need more. Though, not from Byron Murphy, but just from the defense as a whole. Either way, besides the great corners that we have, though, that's one thing we just did not have in the past some years.
Yeah, and I think the great thing to see here is that there's a lot of turnover. I mean, in terms of like the personnel that we have out there on defense. You have a rookie. You have your rookie playing in there. You have basically a whole new linebacking core. A lot of second-year players with the team. A lot of third-year players with the team. The turnaround here is pretty quick. But I also wanted to give a little bit love, because offensive line was a little bit of a concern for us.
O-line!
But for the second straight game, Charles Cross didn't allow a single pressure. He had 87 pass blocking attempts, 0 pressures allowed this season, for a 90.2 PFF grade, number 1 amongst offensive tackles, and 90.7, number 2 for run block, number 2 amongst offensive tackles. And the Seahawks, or the Patriots D line, had guys like Keon White out there that he did get a couple of sacks. So he was basically taking out that left side of that line. It's definitely worth calling out.
Oh yeah, you can't. Love Cross is still basically being a pro. I say a Pro Bowler if he can keep this up throughout the rest of the season, obviously. But that's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to see, because not a lot of those tackles from that draft class is faring too well, essentially.
No. Yeah. The fact that Byron Murphy in this year's draft fell down to us at pick 14, I'm hoping that he's going to make that jump really quick, because he flashed definitely in this game against a Patriots O line that is pretty tough nosed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anytime,
So
anytime you have a game where the run the running backs get 170 yards rushing, you know that there's some O line magic going on there too.
oh, for sure. Yeah, I always give credit where credit is due. Patriots and O line, they always go hand in hand, especially for their run game, because that's what they're supporting Brissett with. He's not really going to be there. I'm not saying he won't always throw over 200 yards, but he's going to probably be like the nice conservative game manager while you can get a good run game and stuff like that. And of course, I mean, 109 of his yards was through Hunter Henry. Everything else split across, right? So,
Hmm.
it's I would say like it's one of those things of like don't take the Patriots for granted. They're still a very tough team. I have nothing against them, especially when this was during this game. They were celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the Seahawks versus Patriots game in the Super Bowl and stuff like that. So at least I'll still take this win today.
Yeah, yeah, for
Unfortunately,
sure.
not a whole trophy or a ring.
Any other guys that you wanted to call out?
No, that's who I got. DK Smith, Charles Cross, Byron Murphy, the second, and all of them. They're all doing their thing. I appreciate them for all the work that they're doing, and hopefully we can go 3-0 in this next game.
Yep. Who do we have next week?
Oof, that one was supposed to be what? I forgot.
Yeah, I lost track. We got Miami next week, and Miami is a little tough. We'll take a little deeper look at him
Yeah.
at him next time, but they're dealing with some stuff right now.
Oh, of course, that'll be in the week 3 preview.
Yeah,
For sure.
But I think that's that. Hopefully, we get the win out there in Miami next week. But that's all from us. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again next time.
Peace.